You're listening to 182.3, Care What People Think.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Care What People Think podcast, episode number 1 of the new year, technically, on our podcast year. Am I wrong? Episode number 53. Let's go.
It is currently June. It is not January. It is June. To anyone listening, it is June.
For our year, it starts June 1st. So technically the first week June of the podcast. So
June 2nd, actually. Sorry. Had to go back to learning about learning.
Either way, what I'm saying is I'm really dragging the fact that we've done this podcast for a year, and let's go. That's all I'm gonna say.
Let's go.
Anyway, my name is Ryan. I'm joined with my co-host Will.
I'm Jonah. I'm Jonah.
I'm Jonah.
Is it Jonah? I'm Jonah.
I'm not gonna take that personal. Well,
nice.
Guess what? I'm not going to take it personal. Jonah over here is not going to take that personal.
That you called me the wrong name, and now you're calling yourself
No,
my name?
I'm Jonah. I joined with Will. Jonah joined with.
Oh, I'm with
Holy
Will.
shit.
That's my whole name.
Intro.
Dude, W-I-T-W-I-L.
This is botched. This is just botched. This
Jonah Whitwell. Okay.
Jonah went well down the hill. Anyway, I've learned the hard way when people come at me. And I don't take things personal anymore. Like Will there, joking about that shit. It is what it is. People, whether it's hating, feeling judged, or just like overanalyzing the situation, it's just people are usually doing their own thing. We're going to talk a lot about that today. We've all been there. Just basically don't make it a personal attack. Before anything, I want to talk about something I'm very proud of from the previous week. And it's a little bit boring. Just kidding. No, it's not. Will, I knew you were in your mind going, fuck, dude, another one.
This dude was about to be like, I'm appreciative that I got to be with my girlfriend for a week.
yeah. No, but actually I'm going to come with a little bit of a right hook. So this week really opened my eyes. I said this a lot, but I'm not in love with my job. I don't love the 8 to 5 structure. Bro, I'm going to say it.
Sorry. No.
No,
I have to girlfriend because that was on my head.
No.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, I don't love my girlfriend. No,
friend, I was so ready. I was so ready for you to say that. Sorry. I don't know what's going on.
You're good. Give me a sec.
Yeah.
I'm laying the groundwork. So,
yeah.
Basically just 8 to 5 job doesn't really fit anyone's lifestyle, to be honest, but like it's definitely hitting me a little bit harder this week. And I was just sitting with that thought and like using the slower pace of mind, having this time after work to really think of like what needs to be changed and how I can structure around the stuff I care about, right? It was basically a wake up call this week. And I said to myself, how the hell can I start cooking more, saving more, and also going to the gym? I know that people that listen to this probably think I go a lot. I've been slacking. Your boy has been gaining pounds, has been eating good food, and been spending money. And hey, there's nothing bad about that. But at the same time, I want to be on a fitness journey and I want to be on a cooking journey. And that is what my goal was starting this week, especially. So what I did, I set a goal of my weight. I'm currently 185 pounds. I'm aiming to be 190 to 195, just anywhere in there. But it's really not about my weight. It's about building muscle and just getting the carbs that I need to. So hence why I'm also doing cooking. But Will, living in California, the prices probably are not great. Even in North Carolina, just eating out is brutal. So I can't even imagine where you're at. But I'm just trying to focus on simple, consistent meals. Like I told Will this, I bought a rice cooker a couple weeks back, dude. That thing has been a lifesaver, bro. Maybe I didn't mention it to you. Either way, holy huge shit. Fire. I want to throw it out there. I don't have anything technically like written up and like, I'm going to do this by this. No, I just have like a couple notes in my phone that are just like showing simple meals, routine for the gym, couple gym memberships, boom. Get in the ball roll.
The note says, make sure to make cereal. Go to the store to make a sandwich.
Gain weight, but only healthy weight, and make sure to do it in a short period of time. Where the
you
fuck
said
is
multiple.
The direction in that?
You said multiple subscriptions to gym membership. You had me thinking it was like fucking Netflix, where someone has like Netflix, Hulu, Paramount. You're like 24-hour fitness, local fitness center. I don't even know any fitness centers out there because all the ones I go to are local.
Yeah.
But I thought you were just about to have them.
No, they're just
No, that's good though.
subscriptions to fitness YouTubers. That's all it is, bro. Just all their
Oh,
plans. I just
right.
bought all of them to feel like an alpha male. Proteins, boom. Macros, boom.
That's why
Weights,
Ryan doesn't have money,
boom.
because he's spending $300 a month on fake gym routines where it's just
to make
protein
me
powder.
feel better. To make me feel better. I'm not even doing anything. I'm not even leaving the desk. I'm just like subscribing, and I'm like, damn, one of these days. Fucking keeps racking the villain. Bro, this has been the longest intro. We need to get going.
Okay, well that's awesome. Fork found in the kitchen. That's my new favorite slang term right now, and it means, wow, that's obvious. It didn't really fit there, but it kind of fit there, so I wanted to say it. It has no relation to any. This intro's so fucked. I wanted to just add it. I'm gonna be honest.
Wait,
but
that's
like,
a saying?
yeah. So when someone said like
Use
a
it
news
as-
story will come
use
out,
it in a sentence, yeah.
like some news story will come out. It'll be like, it'll be like, what's like, and it's for a scenario that is the exact way you would predict it would happen. Like, shocker, there are tiles on the ground in bathroom restaurants. Someone would say fork found in the kitchen. Like, no fucking duh. Like,
What?
obviously there's tiles on the ground. I couldn't think of an example that was
No,
like,
no,
wrong.
that's
like
not
something
bad.
that like
I'm just more like
what's a, and I just see it as a comment, as the top comment. It's really funny. Like, what is a fucking crazy, I'm low-key trying to think of like a random ass Florida story, but like something where like it's like athlete forgets to drink water for 5 hours and then gets heat stroke. That would be like fork found in the kitchen. Like,
I got you.
Obviously. I thought that was funny. Use it if you want. Didn't make sense. My point though that I wanted to talk about did relate to online, where I found the fork found in the kitchen. The biggest thing that I have had to learn about not taking things seriously is nothing online. Like, it sounds so cliche, but like everything online, you literally can't believe for its face value, because it has to be edited to some degree. And I feel like you only get that experience when you either, one, interact with the content, or two, you actually are working fully behind it. So like with my current job, I'm running 2 to 3 social media accounts. So now when I look at something, because I've had to do so much editing, if I see something on Instagram or something, I know like there's a lot of information that I can't take as like, oh, was that a real photo, or was that a mock-up, or is that generative fill in Photoshop, or was that Adobe Firefly to generate an image, or like there's nothing really at face value. And I just feel like, again, it's kind of cliche, don't trust everything online, but like I feel like if you take everything online with a grain of salt, it's like you don't become in the mental state of like, yeah, you don't become attached, and you don't immediately think like, I have to come up with a conclusive opinion about this celebrity, this movie, this TV.
I think you have a great point, because like when we were younger and social media just started, I throw back to like the Instagram old logo, right? Where it was just Pinterest board at this point. And people were like hardly even taking pictures themselves. The comments on there, dude, they were not AI. They were not crazy ass, oh my gosh, great fit pic, slay girl. No, it was like, wow, this is an awesome photo.
Yeah.
Reach out to me. And like you took that comment with like, I don't know, maybe I don't fucking know what it was. Let's just say, for example, you took a photo of the ocean, and one of your friends or people just reached out and said, yeah, we should work together. And you would see that as a huge, big business opportunity back in the day. You'd be like, what the fuck? Like that's really cool. You also just took things with a little bit more emotion. Like, so for example, wow, that's a really shitty photo. And you would take that a little personal. Nowadays, bro, on our reels, on our Instagram reels, on our YouTube shorts, we have people throwing skeleton emojis in saying, nah, bro, delete this, canceled.
Bro, dude, someone commented every letter of the alphabet.
Yeah, it's just like, dude, comments these days are just not, you just can't take them personal. And I think you're so right about that. Especially in your line of work. Like if you thought everything was just so wholesome and so realistic, dude, you'd go nowhere. You would be probably crying in a corner, dude.
Yeah. Well, yeah, just from the also like legitimate perspective, because I didn't think about that. Obviously, from like the if someone, I'm not gonna lie, this is probably not good to say out loud because it'll happen. But like when I just see hate
Cancel.
comments, I'm literally like, that's just a bot. Like no hate comments exist because if it is, it's a bot. The real ones that exist are like really weird. They're like backhanded compliments. Like
Yeah.
I saw someone on TikTok complaining about this the other day, and they're like, everyone on TikTok fucking sucks at compliments. And I kept watching, and he was like, for example, I saw a comment the other day, and it said, "You look so good. You're not even that fat." Dude,
Yeah.
that's not a compliment. That's awfully an attempt to do that.
And
And so
low
that's how I
key,
know
like
that's a
low key, the
person.
other side, like cancel me all you want. If you're being hateful, just be hateful. Like, bro, no, this is fucked. This is fucked. And you do not have to agree with me on this. If you're gonna call someone fat, and I'm not saying you should, but don't half-ass that shit. Just
This guy
say,
just said he wouldn't do it.
well, but I'm saying like, don't half-ass it and say, "Oh, you were so skinny 2 months ago. Oh my gosh, like, wow, that dress looks really good on you. If it barely fit, but it looks really good." It's like, why say that? Just say, or maybe don't say anything at all. But either
There we go. There we go.
I'm
There
stuck
we
in
go. We got him.
2010, bro, when just nobody gave a shit about what you could say. That being said, that's not the right way to do things. But
Yeah, no,
yeah,
online
yeah,
is huge.
yeah. So right there actually made a really good example of what my next point is. Instead of reacting immediately, try pausing.
There's no way that you just said, if you're gonna be a hater, fucking hate to the max, bro. React immediately, come up with a conclusion, and just fucking tell that person. And then your next point is take a break, pause, calm down,
It
think
should
about
be.
it.
It should be. But for those people though that are just mad at everything, bro, just go for it. Honestly,
That's crazy.
I don't know. That's kind of hypocritical, but at the end of the day, backhanded. I hate backhanded compliments. It's just like say something nice, or don't say it something at all, or honestly, dude, say something mean if you really mean it. Fuck it.
It's
To me,
crazy.
not. I don't know. That's just how I am. I like hearing it straight up. But most of the time, it's not the right time or place to take things personal and spiral out and just on both ends. It's not nice to make a hate comment. It's also not nice to think everything is a hate comment. You get to choose how much power something has on you. And like Will said, he kind of just now knows that there's bots out there that hate for no reason. And I'm not
Yeah, I
saying
can't
so,
be hated. It's just bots. I'm indestructible.
even IRL, dude, you're just like walking by, you're just like you just hear a hate comment. Hey, you don't like what did you do with your hair? I don't really like it. Bot. Get out of my face. Guy.
I'm just walking down the street. Yo, Ryan, fuck you. You're just like, what?
Just go, what? ChatGPT? What the fuck? Huh?
ChatGPT's voice.
Yeah. No, but it's actually way better, dude. Just being like not necessarily out of touch with reality, but like realizing you don't have to take everything so personal. And it just gives
Yeah,
you a lot more peace. So
no facts. Well, according to your logic with the time or place, it should be. I'm gonna say it straight up. I'm gonna say it straight up. It's the time or place. Time or place now. Ryan, it's actually crazy. I am just gonna say Ryan's text game is dog shit.
it
It's
is.
so bad. And it's funny because I think like 5 months ago, we talked about improving new things. And one of the main things was Ryan was like, I want to work on my text game. And I'm going to call him on it right now.
You
I
should.
have a specific example. I texted Ryan on a Wednesday saying, hey, I think what are we thinking for topics? We have a bunch of topic brainstorm for this week. And so I'm like, hey, what do you think about this topic? I let the rest of Wednesday roll. I let Thursday roll. Friday, I send a little reminder text at like 5 in the evening. So I'm like, I don't know. He's probably busy, but he's 3 hours ahead. Sent that. Still no response. I wait all Saturday, all Sunday. I'm like, he may have had a busy weekend. Then Monday, I'm like, okay, it's about to be a week now, and we need to record.
I
What the
fucking
fuck is
remember
going
this
on?
week, bro.
And then
Because
I
oh
send a
my god.
text on Monday, and then at like 11 in the morning, no response. And so then I said, fuck this guy, let me call him. And then I called him. This dude declined my call so fast on the second ring. And then, yeah, he texted me, and turns out Ryan was having a very rough week. Now, obviously,
I
it's
should have
I
definitely
I
kept you
don't.
in the loop. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not an excuse to totally just ditch communication, but at the same time, I can't just be sitting there like, man, Ryan, what the fuck? You don't like. I don't know the perspective of what he's going through. I was really doing the most. So like that is. I just thought that was a good example to like bring up because it was like showing both sides. Because again, once we came back and Ryan was telling me how shit his week was, I had more understanding of where he was coming from. Obviously, still need to communicate that, but it's
Totally.
just
That's no
everyone's going through
excuse.
shit that you don't know. So
That's no excuse at all. Yeah. And honestly, man, when it comes to texting, I'm not like defending myself. And no, I'm genuinely
do it.
like
Do it.
from no, 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 from my side of things, it's just I I don't know. I'm just out of touch with like today's way of
Oh,
thinking. Like I don't like texting. I don't like being
that's
on
fair.
my phone. I don't like I love when somebody throws me a call. I love when cuz even my job consists of calls. Like today I had 156 calls. And and I know that's a lot, but it's I mean these calls consist of 30 seconds to a minute. So it's not and they could last up to 10 or 15 minutes, whatever the fuck. But I'm saying like I'm calling, I'm getting shit done. I'm not like texting out because then I'm also not good at like putting what I want to say on a phone. So in my head, I'm just like, damn, this text is. I'm not saying that's an excuse, but I like sometimes mentally respond, and then I'm just
Yeah,
like,
and
holy
they don't.
shit, yeah. So
Yeah,
again, you see both sides of things though. I didn't expect. I mean, I do know this because this was in the past, but I didn't expect Will to take it as personal, even though he didn't, at like to crazy
I was
amounts.
just more confused because in my head,
Exactly.
I'm like, it's harder to do. But say you're having a shit scenario, just being like, hey, I'm going through shit. Won't be able to respond in 2 days, 3 days. That's probably the only like that's the best.
Yeah.
If you need advice, I'd say that's the best situation you could probably do if you're going shit. But you said I'm not good putting words on a phone. I just imagine you going, hey, chat, tell my friend and
To shut the
co-host
fuck
to
up.
shut the fuck up,
I knew you were gonna
and
go that way.
I can't respond like that with my hands.
It just
Meanwhile,
goes,
you put down the
"All right,
phone and then
analyzing. Hey, Will, shut your fucking beady ass up. Your fucking five head piece of shit. I have till Tuesday to respond, you fucker. And then I just don't look at it all week, and you're just on the ground like crying,
it's in
dude.
DND, and all the texts are just popping up. You don't even see them, and then you go to work and you pick up the phone. You're like, "Hey, Charlie, did you make that stop in? You make that stop on this avenue?" You're just like pumped to talk to your fucking drivers.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, thank God, somebody that doesn't text. Hey, what's up? What's up, man? Woo! Oh, it's really freaking out, dude. This my coworker, not even coworker, my co-host on the podcast just keeps fucking texting me, dude. And I had ChatGPT respond, dude, just so I didn't take it personal and he didn't take it personal. I just told him to shut the fuck up. What do you think,
That's
Johnny?
actually
And
that's
Johnny's like,
actually so
shut
sad.
the. No, Johnny's just like, what the fuck, dude? You just woke me up to say that shit. I don't know you.
Who the fuck is Will?
Yeah, exactly. Who are you?
That's
Yeah,
that's gonna happen. That's crazy, actually. People are
I
gonna
yeah
do that.
yeah. I think another thing, dude. This is a whole side tangent, but I'm kind of just. I mean, there's a lot of bad things with like the old days and the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s. There's a lot of like
Yeah,
things that aren't talked about that are better now. But back in the day, I felt like life was a lot slower and you weren't
it was.
constantly having to respond to things and didn't have to constantly um not I mean life still goes on, but I'm just like a little bit more of an old soul when it comes to that. Like I love like that old love too as well, where you're like grand gestures and you're like showing up and you're not like necessarily texting and stuff. And again, that's not an excuse for anything that I do, but yeah, I just love like in person or even over the phone. How do you feel about that though? Because I know you're a lot probably on the other side where you enjoy social media,
Ryan wants
the
to blow up
texting.
every single phone. He wants to snap his fingers like Thanos, blow up every phone, and then everyone can go back to the days where they had to. Man thought about it.
Low
Man looked
key,
up and
no, no,
thought.
no, no, no. Low key. Yeah, you can hate me all I want. Honestly, bro, the days
Ain't no
where
way.
they were flip phones, where it wasn't social media, but you still could like connect with people. That was kind of peak humanity, bro. Peak. Doesn't get better
Yeah,
than that.
I
Playing
to
Tetris
answer
on the
your question.
BlackBerry, bro. Come on, dude. That was
Yeah, or
all you had.
Pong.
Yeah, dude.
No, like I okay, I don't like uh, I feel like I've been so invested in having social media be my dream career that like I've gotten in the mindset of like, oh, texting comes with the job. It's
Totally.
annoying and it doesn't mean it sucks because I don't like having to text and I don't even have like I was thinking about this the other day. I watched a KSI vlog. Do you know how many fucking people he probably has to text on the daily? That
Probably
shit
a
sucks. I mean,
lot.
even if you have an assistant, you have to tell said assistant to contact people. They have to be contacting people. Like to me, I don't know. I just because I don't like texting people. I mean, credit. I don't text anyone. I literally text Paris and you and my mom and my brother, and my dad, and that's like it. I don't text anyone else.
Names 50 people. No, I'm just
So
kidding.
just every single person that I went to school with.
Exactly.
Yeah, 159 people I'm following on Instagram. I text them every single week.
I mean, yeah, you
Yeah,
gotta
no.
check in, bro, with your Instagram followers, you know? Damn. I feel bad for Kylie Jenner, dude. Fuck.
Yeah, she must got strong thumbs.
Yeah.
You got
Just fucking copy paste. How was your day? How was your day? How was your day?
Hey, chat, text 4,000 people. Hello.
Not 4,000. Think about 400 million, bro, on Instagram. Anyway.
No, I meant like who she's following.
Oh,
I don't know how many
facts.
following. But no, kind of. I mean, but yeah, I don't like it. I think you dislike it more than me. Because I just am like, I don't know. I don't mind it, but if it allowed me to have my dream career, then I'm like, oh, it's just texting. It's communication. It's like I gotta do it, and it doesn't take that long. I don't know. I've been in a good kind of like uh realm lately where it doesn't feel like it's taking a ton of extra like mental energy for me to like because I know those days where it feels so long to be like I have to send this text. Like if you're trying to be an adult, Ryan, say you have to fucking go to the doctor or some shit, and there's a problem with insurance. You gotta
That
make a
is
phone call you don't want to make.
long,
You
bro.
gotta make a phone call you don't want to make. No one wants to do that, and they'll postpone it for days, if not weeks.
Facts.
That shit sucks. That is how text can feel, which I totally get. But as of recently, I don't know. It's
That's good.
not been that bad.
I have a point of like not going full robot mode. So like the opposite side of things, you can't be like, no
Okay.
texting.
Yeah.
That's bad. No, you don't have to go full robot mode. I'm gonna tie it a little bit more into like the topic. You can actually care what people think.
I was gonna say it. I was gonna say it.
I know it's funny because it's the podcast title. Do you know that, bro? All
my
right.
gosh,
Anyway,
it
no, but you can care without over identifying. Try self talking as well. What I mean that by that, you just tell yourself, this does not define me. I know who I am. I know my strengths. I maybe even know my weaknesses. Either way, you can choose empathy over these assumptions of other people. And for example, Will texting me 100 times, I could see it in my eyes as holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. I'm just gonna bring it back because it's an example on
Yeah.
the thing.
No,
But like I could be like, holy shit, he needs something urgently. I'm like, what the fuck, holy fuck. And instead I can be like, I could throw him a text like you said and just be like, hey man, I'm really busy. I'm having an off week. Give me a day or two. And don't take it so personal. Same goes with in person, dude. Like I've had people do this in person with backhanded compliments. And it's just like, just go along with your day. It's not going to help elevating the situation or I don't know, for that matter, even like, okay, I have a friend that's in college still, actually in law school. He kind of got singled out of his group. And what I mean by that is he's been there for about 2 years now, has had this like really close knit group that goes to the bars on the weekends, has taken like mini vacations on like spring breaks and stuff together. And then like the last couple months or so, he's been having a lot of trouble like staying with this group in contact with them and like getting answers. and he's been feeling like he's been reaching out all the time, right? Kind of second guessing his own self. And I told him, I was like, hey, dude, please like reach out to me whenever you want to like talk through things. I know that they're not being there for you. And he kind of actually let his emotions take over and like talked to them and kind of stood them up, and it was just like, dude, what the fuck is going on? You're no longer talking to me. You're no longer like being my friend. What's going on? And talked to me, let his emotions out instead of being like a robot and being cold, shut them off. He actually just like slowed down, talked to me, and he no longer is friends with them, but they are cool with being like he's cool with that. He's now found cooler friends, has found a close knit group. And what I'm trying to get at is the fact that he took that call to call me, slow life down, realizing it's not that deep. If they don't want to be friends with you, then they're not going to be friends. It's not. It's two-way street here, and
Yeah.
he's a lot better off. And what I'm basically just getting at is choose empathy over your assumptions, and people that don't want to be a part of your life, don't force them to be a part of your
Yeah. No, definitely slowing down. That's huge. I feel like also I don't know your perspective because I don't actually know the population of Charlotte. But like I think the difference of also not taking things personally. When you live in a small town versus a city, it's very different. In growing up in Fort Collins, it very Colorado, it very much seemed like since it was such a smaller town that if people weren't responding to you for communication, it felt like a choice because there was such little shit to do, if that makes sense. Correct me if I'm wrong, because this could be me. But in my head, it's like, oh, there's so little things to do, and everywhere closes so early, and there's not a lot of places to go, that if someone is not responding to your calls or your texts, they're literally choosing to avoid you
life.
because
Yes, true.
what else do they have to be busy with? Versus when you go to a city, things are moving around all the time. So like there's way more slack people give. Like, oh, I sent you a text on Tuesday and you didn't respond till Friday. That should be normal. However, like Ryan said, everything's so fast now that that's almost delayed. And in a city, it's definitely easier to be like, oh, well, there's just everything gets pulled in every direction because people have shit going on. So that was something I had to learn actually while I was meeting my girlfriend because I was definitely texting more than she was. And I just kept always being looking at my phone, being ready for that next text. And then my friend at the time was like, bro, she has other shit going on. Like, not everyone's just because you're directly messaging someone, that's not like both worlds
Doesn't mean
revolve
it's
around
like
each other.
a conversation that's now
Exactly.
2 months long, and she can't
Yeah.
focus on other things. I agree. Yeah.
And so I ended up being like, okay, I'm going to not just keep staring at my phone waiting for a response because no matter how much I worry or dwell or prepare for what I think the response is going to be, if she doesn't respond, then I don't need to do that. Like I can respond once there's a response, which at
Well,
least for me is good because I
another
get
side to
stuck in
that
that.
too is like you're setting yourself up for failure. For example, if you don't get the text that you want, right? So if you're just like,
True.
"Hey, like, could we get lunch tomorrow or something?" and she responds with, "No, I'm actually busy. I have like, what about this other day?" And you're just like in your head, like, "Fuck! I already kind of thought that she was gonna be there for lunch. Like, I already moved everything around." No,
And
like,
then you take it personally.
yeah,
And then you're like, what
exactly.
the fuck?
Don't care
and
what
then
people
you
think.
and then you text Ryan. You're like, what the fuck? What's going on? And then he tells you to just ask ChatGPT to send her a text through a different phone number. So then you can
Yep.
get the answer that you want.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
No, that's a good point though. That was just I know that I don't know the demographic of like anyone listening from a smaller town. I don't know the percentage of that, but it is tragically it is drastically different in a
And
city.
tragic.
I don't know if you've experienced that.
I definitely have, dude. And I honestly think there's kind of more intertwining than like small town, big town, like how things work. Because in a big city, I think people don't take things as personal when it comes to
Yeah.
like just day to day, bro. Like I genuinely could like crack a joke and maybe it's like kind of a hard hitter and I'm just like expect them to react and then they're just like, "Yeah, cool." Like you
You're
could
like
say that you could say that in like a small town, and then people just aren't around as many people, and they don't understand the lingo, and they fucking blow up.
Prime example.
Um,
Sorry to step on your point.
no,
Act
go
like
ahead,
you're
go
from a
ahead.
small town. Act like you're from a small town.
Okay,
Be yourself.
howdy,
Kind of be yourself. You ready?
howdy, neighbor.
Howdy. Well, I have a joke for you, Jonah. I got a joke.
All right, I'm ready.
Why did the tire fall over?
Oh shit! Why did the tire
It
fall over? Will
it it was too tired.
what? Who
It
was
was
too
too
tired?
tired.
Who? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I thought you were gonna go the route of like small town laughs at the joke versus the city
No,
person would have been
I
like,
was
I've heard
gonna
that
go.
before.
What? You think I have bags under my eyes? Fucking prick. You think I'm tired? I work for my family. I work fucking in agriculture, dude. I'm outside all day, burning my ass off. Nah, I'm just
You
kidding.
flip it.
I'll
You should be
go
too
with the
tired.
joke.
All you fucking do is just text on your phone, ask ChatGPT.
You think I know what that is? I work on a farm. Nah, anyway.
Why does
Okay, I'll
everyone
go
say
the,
chat?
yeah. What's up, chat? Chat. I'll go the other route. Holy shit, that's such a knee slapper. Goddamn.
Okay.
What was your point?
My point was in a city. I guess that wasn't even my point. This point was, if you're in a small town, it feels like there's less things that you're exposed to, whether it's experiences, whether it's events, whether it's people, whether it's whatever. So things hit harder, but then things in the city don't hit as hard because there's so much more crazy shit that goes on that
Totally.
your comparison level is different. But I don't know, because when I go back to Colorado, it seems like everyone's like happy go lucky, like I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna go to Horsetooth in my underwear at 3 in the morning, and
Most
no
of
one
them
will
are
give two
high.
shits.
Most of them are high. So let's be honest, bro. Not to stereotype, but Colorado's known for their kush, and that's all I'm saying. I have one more thing before we wrap up things today.
Go for it.
I think you take things more personal when you're either insecure about it or like, okay, obviously. But what I'm gonna say is like
Fork found in the kitchen.
No. I have a point. Insecure about things, or you can't like get your way out of a situation. So, for example, if somebody like compliments a shirt that you're just kind of like, you genuinely don't think, that's not a good example. What I'm trying to, fuck. I'm just trying to think of like times that, for example, I'm like working on myself,
Yeah.
and I just take things. Yeah, dude. Maybe it is fork in the kitchen. Fuck.
No,
It's,
I mean,
you see what I'm trying to get
Fork
at
in the
though? It's
kitchen.
like it feels like everyone has their own insecurities, right? So like,
Yeah.
no matter what you say, you're gonna offend someone if you're looking at it like 1,000 people.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so what I'm trying to say is that everyone's not dealing with the same insecurities. And so
Mm.
maybe just realize that and like kind of come to that reality of like, hey, it's okay. That person doesn't understand what you're going through, and vice versa. That's why it's hard to say it to everyone, because I think a lot of people do take stuff personally. But for the
Yeah.
people listening and watching, I just think it's like very good to take a step back, realize they don't understand what's going on. And I mean, maybe they do. And if they're attacking you, that's a whole nother story. But yeah.
Yeah. No, I think the importance, like you said, is just slowing down. Because also like say someone's hella stressed out, they may be more well, when you're stressed out, you're gonna be more responsive and have a short temperament or short patience amount. And so if someone says something, I feel like it's very natural to just take offense to it because you're like, that hurt my feelings.
Mhm.
But slowing down and seeing, more of a grand scale of like kind of to flex, we're both dealing with crazy shit because we both moved out of the state. We're dealing with living alone and kind of a 9 to 5. So like our stress levels are higher than when we stayed in the state. So if someone were to just tell us anything or something, like for me, that's a really annoying pet peeve is last minute plans for something. If someone were to do that and I was in Colorado, I'd be like, oh, awesome, because there's fucking nothing to do anyways. But then like say it happens in a city, I'm just like, bro, I get more frustrated
I have a schedule.
because
Yeah.
yeah, I have a schedule, so like I'm gonna react differently. But if you are going to listen to one thing throughout this totally organized episode, remember, no matter who you are, everyone is fighting their own daily battles. That literally only gets more true the older you get. It does not matter. It does not matter who you are. Literally every single person, and it varies from person to person. Of like just getting out of bed could be super tough. Doing the dishes could be tough. Going to work could be tough. Literally anything. It totally matters differently to everyone. So making sure to slow down, be patient. Like just so much. I feel like that's our one liner. The entire podcast can be summed up to be more patient. Because
Exactly.
that if you can master patience, then like you can get through
Slow
so
things
much
down.
shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Literally. Take a step back.
yeah,
We're just
that's
giving like we're just giving like mom quotes that you would see in like a living room. It's just like, slow down. Take life with a grain of salt. Please take the shoes off at the front
Off at the door.
doorway. Yeah, exactly. And then you're like, wait,
Wash
all right,
your
I
hands.
lost it. I lost it. Yeah.
But no, I even had that too. If you are even say someone is like, I don't want to say pissing you off, but like say someone is saying something that you have taken personally, which you're valid to, you can just take a break from them. Kind of like the friend Ryan had to, like, he took a break from them because he felt like it was unbalanced, and then he went and talked to Ryan about it, and then there was kind of a resolution that happened. If Ryan doesn't respond to me or whatever, instead of getting stuck up on bro hasn't answered me, I'll just play video games, or I will clean some of the house, or I'll make a video, or like everyone got their own shit going on. Everyone has different things. So yeah, make sure to slow down, care what people think, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week on 182.3.